Hi everybody, how's everyone doing? I hope you're having a good weekend thus far. So what is today? It is the 17th of February 2018. I'm sure you've all had your Valentine's Day stuff and gotten all mushy and all that usual stuff, but good for you if you have. Um, so why am I here? Obviously I'm here to review none other than, as you can see, Black Panther. Okay, so first and only Marvel t-shirt that I now own. Whether or not I'm going to buy something else Marvel related as years go by, I don't know, but this is the first one. So, yay, I'm proud. And all I've got to say is Wakanda forever. There we go. What a film. I've just got back from seeing it for the third time. And this film is doing for black people what Wonder Woman did last year for women. It's just extraordinary. It's phenomenal. It's brilliant. And it's even better that it's Black History Month as well. It's amazing. It really is amazing. The film from start to finish was just beautiful. Wakanda is a glorious country, technologically advanced. I think the phrase that was used for the city itself was Afrofuturism, which I think is a very good way of describing Wakanda in terms of the country and the city and how advanced it really is. So the story of the film is obviously it takes place a week after the events of Captain America: Civil War, where Prince T'Challa is heading back home after the death of his father, King T'Chaka, at the hands of Helmut Zemo. So he's rescuing his ex-girlfriend, Nakia, played by Lupita Nyong'o. T'Challa played obviously by Chadwick Boseman as well. So he's going to rescue her, and he's got his general of the fierce Dora Milaje, General Okoye, and they honestly, I've got to say that the Dora Milaje are brilliant. They are a fierce bunch of epic warrioresses. It's just brilliant just to see them in all the colourful costumes though. I mean, let's just talk about the costumes of Wakanda, and you know how bright and vibrant and just so it's just so African. It's just typical African culture, isn't it? And you've got these five tribes as well, all involved in there as well. And I've got to give hats off to the guy who plays M'Baku, is Winston. I can't remember his surname, unfortunately, but he probably stole the film for me, as far as I'm concerned. I think he stole the film. He did a damn good job as M'Baku. It was just absolutely hilarious seeing him. But also, you know, other people in there. You've got so it was Winston Duke who plays M'Baku. You've also got Letitia Wright who plays Shuri, T'Challa's sister. Daniel Kaluuya as Wakabi. Martin Freeman and obviously Andy Serkis being the only two main white characters in the film in there as well. Michael B. Jordan as Eric Killmonger was just fantastic. I mean, people were saying that he's the best villain since Loki in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and you know what? He holds up really well. You know, it's just phenomenal. And then you've got also Forrest Whitaker in there, Florence Kasumba, and obviously Okoye is played by Danae Gurira. I hope I pronounced that name correctly. And of course, let's not forget both John Carney as King T'Chaka and Angela Bassett as Queen Mother Ramonda. You know, the class of actors and actresses for this film was just phenomenal. I mean, I think it was just there wasn't enough black people as far as I'm concerned. I think it needed more black people in the film. That's just obviously just me being sarcastic, but no, seriously, overall it was brilliant. So as I was saying, yeah. So so T'Challa is obviously finding out. You know, he's challenging not just challenging himself for the throne, but obviously when he becomes before he becomes king, he's got to challenge all the other tribes as well, or at least the other tribes have to challenge him. Four of the tribes, I say four of the tribes, I think it was three of the tribes said that they weren't going to challenge, but then the Jabari tribe, who was spearheaded by M'Baku, decide actually, I want to challenge for the throne, but then he loses out. But what happens after that? We learn more about the truth of T'Chaka, and you know, what happened, you know, his past, and what Eric Killmonger is actually doing in Wakanda in the first place, why he's actually there, and all sorts. And it's all about toppling the throne, trying to gain control, and it's just, it really is just brilliant. And because Wakanda is such a closed-knit country, it's protected itself from the outside world. You know, it's kind of like I say, it's like, if you think about it, it's the black version of Themyscira. Okay, you've got Themyscira, Paradise Island, hidden away from the world, and then here we have a nation in the center of Africa. Again, everybody thinks it's just a third world country, it's underdeveloped, but in fact it's very, very well, highly advanced. But everything, because of the vibranium that they have in their country, is what has allowed them to advance, you know, as a nation, you know, so well, in, you know, far ahead of everybody else. And that's the reason why they hid themselves from the rest of the world. But it becomes apparent that they can't operate that way anymore, you know, and they're trying to, I mean, there was one section in the film where they say, you know, if you bring refugees into this country, they bring their problems with them. And if you look at the world as it is today, that is what's happening. It is unfortunate that there are a small number of refugees that when they get let into a country, they do bring their problems with them. And not all of them do. Some of them do, and that's what causes the uproars as well. But at the same time, the other message that this film was sending out was that, you know, we as humanity need to learn to just come together and just be one, you know, one tribe, you know, one people. Because are we the only people in this universe? We might well be. And if we are, why are we fighting amongst each other? You know, we've got to learn to get along. We've got to learn to be at peace with each other. We've got to learn to embrace one another and just accept that we are who we are, you know, flaws and all. Nobody's perfect in the end. Some of us like to think that we are, but not everybody is. But as I say, because it's even better that it's Black History Month, the multitude of black-related stuff that is going on these days is amazing. I mean, I'm watching Black Lightning, and I'm loving the hell out of that. Obviously, Black Panther is now released, and you've got all these other black actors in all these other TV shows and films that are emerging. They're coming onto the forefront now, and it just makes me proud, not just as a black person, but as an African as well, because I was born in Nigeria. So as an African person, seeing a film like Black Panther really warms my cockles, if you know what I mean. It's just amazing. It really is amazing. So everything with the film, I think Ryan Coogler has done an amazing job. I hope we get a sequel soon. I know we're going to see Wakanda feature pretty heavily by the looks of things in Avengers Infinity War, so really looking forward to that. But I hope we do get a sequel with T'Challa and Adora Milaje as well in there. And just everything, as I say, everything about the film was just brilliant. Can't fault it whatsoever. Really enjoyed it. I think I'm going to see it a few more times possibly. But again, everything about it was just superb. The costumes, the cultures, the tribes, everything, the music as well, and just the way Wakanda looked was just beautiful as well. It was just absolutely awesome to see. And what was interesting is that this is the third time I've seen the film, and every time I've gone to see this film, I've looked around me, there's a small percentage of black people going to see this film. And that's probably because I don't live in London anymore. So if you're a white person and you went to see this in London, you know how I'm feeling right now. Because as a black person living in Newcastle, it's a complete different, it's flipped over basically. So yeah, in fact my son's mother was the one who even said that because she lives in London now, they all live in London, his mum and my son live in London, and she was telling me how she was literally the only white person in the cinema when she and my son went to see the film earlier this week. It was just like, you know, it's stark contrast, you know, from one end of the country to the other. It's complete stark contrast. So yeah, but again, I have to say, really, really enjoyed the film. Just fantastic. The Black Panther costume, immense, fantastic, fabulous. Everything about the film. I know I keep repeating myself over and over again about it, but it seriously was great. And Andy Serkis, I've got to take my hat off to him as Ulysses Claw. He really did a great job in that as well. And obviously Martin Freeman, as I say, as Agent Ross. You know, he featured quite heavily in the film as well. Some funny moments in the film, great comedic moments, especially from Winston Duke and of course Letitia Wright as well. They were absolutely fantastic. Really, really good comedy moments in there as well. So fantastic film. Please, please, please do go and see it. If you have seen it, let me know what you thought. So yeah, that's it from me. I'm going to leave it there. But as always, it's been a pleasure. I know it's been a while since I've done a video, so hi. But again, anyway, thank all for watching, and enjoy your weekend. And I think the next movie review I'll be doing is Avengers Infinity War, because that is the big one. 10 years. This is what we've been leading up to. From Iron Man 1, released in May 2008. Here we are, 10 years later. We are almost there with Avengers Infinity War. I cannot believe it's been that long, and I have to doff my cap off to Marvel and Kevin Feige and everybody involved, because they have done phenomenally well with their films. Yes, some have not gotten the appraisals of many fans as they would have hoped, but you know what? They've stuck to their guns, they've carried on, and look what they've produced. Look at what Marvel have done, you know, and I'm in awe of what Marvel have done, basically, and I look forward to another 10 years. If you'd have told me 10 years ago, in fact, that we would be seeing a Black Panther movie, I would just be like, yeah, if we're not going to see a Wonder Woman movie before that, fat chance of seeing a Black Panther movie, but we now have both. So the world is all the better for it. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling now. So please go see the film. And if you have seen it, let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you all very much. See you all very soon. Bye.